medical education, the use of AI in medicine, and medical device innovation. Before she got to Emory, Gabby studied biomedical engineering at Georgia Tech and subsequently worked as a software engineer. Her hobbies include plant propagating, cycling, drawing, and woodworking. Welcome, Gabby!
Thank you for the introduction, Brendan. My name is Gabby. My talk is called Maneuvering to the Beat, and hopefully in the next 5 minutes y'all will learn a little bit of something. It's supposed to be engaging, so I want everyone to stand up on your feet now. The learning objective by the end is that we should be able to explain these 3 maneuvers that we're going to talk about on our preload and our afterload. And if that doesn't mean anything to you now, hopefully it will. So to start, let's review what is preload and what is afterload. So preload is how much we can fill the heart, how much volume our veins can contribute back to our heart, and how much we can fill that with blood. Afterload is how much we have to squeeze the heart in order to get the blood out. So preload, how much we have to fill. Afterload, how much we have to squeeze. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes. All right. So we're going to start by squatting. So give me 2 squats, everyone. All right. And we've been standing for quite a while before we started squatting. So what did that standing do? Well, like this water bottle here, our standing, we've got our venous blood that is pooling in our legs. And that's just by the force of gravity, right? That's just what's holding us to Earth. The same force that's bringing the blood down into our legs. And then we start squatting. Well, what happens there? Well, if we remember anything from physics, maybe, and if you don't, you can cross this out, but work is force times distance. How much energy we have to put into something is a measure of force and distance. And our force in this case is gravity, holding the blood down. Our distance is how far that blood has to travel back to the heart. And so in this case, when we squat, we bring our heart closer down to our legs, right? So there is less distance that our blood has to travel against the force of gravity back to our heart. So if it's easier for our blood to get back to the heart, because there's less distance, therefore less force, our preload, which is how much we're filling, is going to increase, right? Because it's easier for the blood to get back to the heart. Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Now we're going to go on to hand grip. So everyone show me your muscles. All right, and what are we doing when you show me your muscles? We are making our muscles bigger. We're showing them to others. And when we do that, we've only got so much room in our arms, right? So our arterioles have to constrict. So if our arterioles are constricting, it's going to be harder for us to get that water, and if this is our heart now, outside the heart. So originally, if I take off my water bottle cap and I just dump my water bottle out, I won't do that because we don't want water on the floor. But instead now I've punched a hole in my water bottle cap. I just have to squeeze it out. But I've got to squeeze a little bit. I've got to put some pressure into it to get the water out. And so that is our afterload, right? Our afterload is how much effort we have to put in to get the blood out. So here our afterload is going to increase, right? Because we need more pressure to apply to the heart to get that volume out. Make sense? More pressure to put out the blood against that resistance of the arterioles. And our last maneuver we're going to talk about is Valsalva. So what is Valsalva? So I've made a little diagram. Our pink is our respiratory system. We've got our heart. And our blue is our big veins that are coming back to the heart. And in Valsalva, we tie off our epiglottis, or we shut our nose. And I want everyone to try it, but don't try it too hard. This is the same kind of maneuver that'll lead you to take a dump in the toilet. But when we do that, we get this reaction. So it's like these 2 figures, and the green balls are our lungs. So when we try and push against them, there is an equal and opposite force back against us. So in here, in this case, our lungs exert a force outward on us, right? And that collapses those veins that are coming back into the heart. So if we're collapsing those veins that are supposed to be bringing the blood back to the heart, what is going to happen to our preload? Well, preload is how much we can fill the heart, right? So if it's harder for that blood to get back to the heart, our preload is going to decrease. Make sense?
Yes.
You look confused.
I'm always looking back this way.
Okay. All right. So in review, we've got squatting. What does squatting do?
Increase.
There we go. And about hand grip, show me your muscles. What does hand grip do?
Increase.
Awesome. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast.